episode 4 of After Sex Thoughts with Aspen and my lovely assistant. Let's get started.
All right, I'm the lovely assistant here. So we just got done having sex for the last hour and a half. We stopped and started a few times. We should also mention that we've been ready to have sex for the last 5 hours, I'd say.
So long.
Question number 1 is, how can you prioritize sex when you're a parent?
Yep, and this question is perfect for tonight because, like he was saying, we just had a good day. I got home from work and we both were just super horny, really turned on, wanted to have sex like right then. We were making out and stuff, and we had to wait, my son's here, we had to wait, and do family stuff and put that on hold. And that's kind of hard because the moment can pass. And, it's hard to kind of keep that momentum going. If you're really turned on, you want to jump right into it and just tear each other's clothes off. That's that passionate moment that you want to take advantage of. And it's really hard when, you have kids and you have to wait. Because that moment can pass. You can get too tired. You could just be like, never mind. It's too late now. And so for us, like, we decided, no, we're going to keep this going, even if it's in the back of our minds, and we're gonna do this no matter what. And we made that decision together, and we make sex a priority. And really, that's what it is. It's a decision. Like, even if we've gotten tired, even if we had to wait, just to still go into it. So yeah, that's how we prioritize sex, is just make that decision to jump into it, even if we kind of got tired. And we did that tonight, and it was so worth it.
I absolutely agree. So you mentioned foreplay, so let's move on to our second question. What was the foreplay tonight?
Foreplay is my favorite topic. I think that in so many situations, there's not enough foreplay. That's what I've heard from so many people, and I've experienced many times in the past. And for me, I need a lot of foreplay, and I kind of need a specific type of foreplay. It's kind of funny, tonight we switched things up a bit, which was so hot, and we'll talk about that more later. But I have to be careful, because if I rush my foreplay or switch it up too much, sometimes I can overstimulate my clit, and I can kind of just mess up my foreplay. But tonight, some of the awesome foreplay that we did was just making out a lot. We did a lot of butt play tonight. So in this time, we did it a little differently. And he turned me over onto my stomach. I was wearing these pants, right? This is part of how this all got started. And I feel like the pants were foreplay. So thank you, pants. I was wearing these pants. He loved my ass in the pants. So, when we started going at it, he flipped me over onto my stomach and started just playing with my ass and licking it and squeezing it. And then he wrapped his hand around my throat while he was fingering my ass. And that was really, really hot. That was something I really liked, because I like that dominance. And that's something that we're playing around with more recently. And I call it sprinkling it in, because like I said, I need sort of a consistent type of foreplay, and so I need to have that sprinkled in so it doesn't throw me off. So we did that. We did fingering and making out. We did teasing. One of the rounds, he was licking my pussy, but from a different angle, so that was really hot. Definitely did a bunch of blowjob stuff. I love that. That's foreplay for him and for me. So that's some of the best foreplay we did tonight.
Next question will be, how did it feel to stop and restart 3 times?
3 times. That was a little challenging for me. It felt a bit discouraging. I felt like I was so turned on that it was just going to be like fireworks and this animalistic, passionate sex, and I was just going to have a great orgasm right away. And sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. And tonight, I just got so revved up and so turned on, and then it just kind of went over. Like it just was a little bit of a miss with my turn on. I think I got a little overstimulated, a little bit too fast. And yeah, so that happened the first time, and it was like, dang it. The first time I was most annoyed because I just thought it was supposed to be perfect. And it's not always perfect. And yeah, and then we tried again, and it didn't work out that second time, so we just stopped. Luckily, he didn't get frustrated. I was a little frustrated, but he stayed calm and was like, we have time, we're going to get this done. And then third time's a charm. We stopped for a little longer after the second time, so I had more time to reset. I had more time for, my clit to kind of go back to normal, just calm down, and then get turned on. And that was what helped me. So the third time, then we did all the normal foreplay. We did fingering, and we did making out. We did some more butt fingering. And then, I come in missionary most of the time. So that really does it for me. And then I had an amazing orgasm after the third time of restarting. So even though it was frustrating, we didn't give up. Because if we're prioritizing sex and we're being in the present, and what's more important than having this amazing sex with the person that you love, then it takes not giving up. It might take a few tries, and that's okay. So.
Thank you. Great. I just wanted to mention briefly about getting frustrated. It doesn't help anybody. So any partners out there who experience that, just keep in mind your partner's probably already beating themselves up enough. So just try your best not to get frustrated if they're having trouble with their orgasm, and just keep moving on and just look forward to some great sex, and it will come. It took us 3 tries tonight, and we like to think we're pretty good at sex. So it's difficult for anybody. So
Yeah, and that's such a good point. And yeah, also though, people do get frustrated and have feelings, and
of course,
that's okay too. But man, we have awesome sex, and sometimes it's hard for me to come, sometimes it's hard for him to come. And we both took turns like being a pain in the ass, and we say that in a loving, like accepting way to each other.
absolutely. Yes, I forgot to mention that I was having plenty of troubles too. It took me a minute to come, but
At the
boy,
very end.
it finally happened, and it was made it all worth it, which brings us to what really made it happen for you and for me. Our question number 4 will be, what different things did we try tonight?
Well, that's the thing that I was just talking about, and it's so exciting. I really love it when I feel dominated and I feel controlled, and I love feeling used and objectified and raunchy and like nasty. So, those are some of the words I use to describe it. And as I was talking about in one of the other videos, when I mentioned Eric's core desire of curvy MILFs that he's had since childhood, well, these are some of my core desires, those feelings that I just mentioned. And it's sometimes hard to have that same kind of sex when you've been in a long-term relationship and like you love each other. So it's been, taking a little bit of effort to bring those things back into our sex because, Eric loves me and respects me. So it doesn't come as naturally. But I enjoy that kind of sex, and so does he. So tonight we were doing all kinds of stuff. He was choking me. Like I said, a lot of ass play, hair pulling, and even slapping I like. And then right before I came, he spit in my mouth. I love it. I eat that shit up. So those are some of those things that make me feel really alive. And like just, like I said, raunchy and nasty and slutty in my sex. So we did that, and it also seemed like he was like really into it tonight. Like it was just coming naturally and flowing. It wasn't like a forced thing. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. I heard you when you mentioned, let's let's bring some more of that in there. And it just reminded me of how much I do enjoy that. And I got a little too used to the routine, and tonight decided let's break this routine and let's get into the fiery stuff that I really enjoy. So I just stayed authentic and stayed true to just in my mind what I really desired. I just really focused on what I desire, and not following that routine. So I the best way the advice I could give is just really hone in on your desire, and do what feels good for you. And as counterproductive as it may sound, it makes your partner gets them really turned on. They really they really,
Yes.
when you focus on your desires, it really turns your partner on. As hard as that might be to understand for some, I tonight's proof of that. It works. So
And we could only do that because I communicated these things and kind of I keep bringing these things up. Like, I'm having this desire, I want to do this, and I communicate these things, or else, like, neither of us are going to know if we don't communicate. So.
All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention before we end episode 4?
Just that I have this lovely reminder that I get to keep with me for the next few days and remind me what a dirty slut I am. So thank you for that. That's it.
That's something worth mentioning too. Hey, if you're having really great sex and you want to remember it for the next few days, throw a hickey in there. And if you have work to do, just put it nice and low where a shirt could cover it, or
just wear it proud.
Or wear it proud if you're able to do that. So hickeys are just a great way to really put a stamp on a great night of sex.
Yes.
So
I agree. And I'm just happy. That was awesome. I feel complete. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.